All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's yours truly, MDK, Mr. I woke up like this. Some people call me Mr. Signal. We're out here finding the signal. Before I introduce my guest, let me let you know I'm not traveling by myself. I'm traveling with my co-pilot over there. He goes by Mr. Anonymous.
Yo.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, my bro. How are you?
We're good today, yeah?
Yeah, we're easy.
Oh, mate, let's land this flight. Let's arrive at the destination, bro. Now, today, I'm not only chilling with a legend. He's not just a producer. He's not only just a DJ. He's an innovator. This guy has inspired a lot of us, man. I'm not even faking it when I say I've got a legend in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one and only Boddhi, Satva.
Bless. MGK.
How you doing?
You woke up like that.
I woke up like
Just
this.
Just acknowledge it. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? I don't usually get nervous when I do podcasts, but today it's one of those days where I just feel, you know, when you get like goosebumps.
No, I understand the feeling, brother.
Yeah,
I understand. I'm there a lot of times as well. Sometimes.
With a legend.
Hey, brother, thank you. Thank you. You know, we give thanks. It's been a couple of decades we've been at it, so thank you for calling me a legend. And even though sometimes I don't know if a legend can sometimes be a good thing, but hey, you know, it's the status that comes with the amount of years we spend in it. So
true,
we take it.
I like that. Thank you very much for coming to our platform. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for
having me. This is my first question. I always ask my guests, if there's somebody watching finding the signal, thinking, who's this guy chilling with the signal there? How would you describe Bodhisattva to the people who don't know who Bodhisattva is?
Wow. It's a great question. I think the best way I can describe who I am, well, first of all, my legal name is Armani Kombonagemo.
Yeah.
My late father and my late mother had me in Central African Republic, in Bangui, the capital city. Thank you very much. My mother was Belgian American, which explained my skin color. My father was he was Central African and French.
Okay.
So mixed. The other day I was telling somebody about my blood mixture. And I said mixed race. They said, you cannot say mixed race anymore. I was like, but that's the word that I know. I said, what do we say now? Everything has a term now. So anyway, so my father was mixed race, you know.
Yeah. So what term are we using? Is there a term?
I don't even know, man. Like I'm confused. I'm that's the word that I know. Yeah. You cannot say race is pejorative. I'm like, dude. Okay, look,
I think it's getting to a point where it's complicated. It's confusing now. Yeah.
So, but mixed race dad, and so I was born and raised in Central African Republic in Bangui, raised in the countryside, and music has always been part of my life for as far as I can remember. My parents were listening to a lot of different sounds back home.
Also, your parents were listening to they were into music.
They were into music, not as musicians. My older brothers were. My older brother he's going to be 54, and the one that passed away in 1990 would have been 56.
Oh wow, rest in peace to him, man. It seems like you've lost a lot of people.
I've lost a lot of people in my life, man. So but such is life, you know. We get strengthened through pain.
Okay.
You know, but and everything God does is always good. So
would you introduce yourself as a producer, as a DJ, as an innovator? Which one do you run with?
I'm all of that, and I'm also a cultural ambassador. I've been really, really blessed to do my part as an African, as a Pan-African, to spread the African sound, because I was indeed born and raised in Central African Republic. I hold a Central African passport. And my different nationalities, but I am an African first and foremost.
Okay.
So whether I'm in Mzanzi or Kenya or anywhere else around the world, or around the African world, I feel at home.
Yeah.
I don't ever feel like there's any difference or disconnection. Only sometimes maybe the language, which I tend to do my best to catch up on and brush up on a little bit, whenever I can, and whenever it feels a little bit more easy, but. Basically, yes, I think you can call me all of that, and even though through the years, I think since the more time you spend in this business, the more you realize that you have to also make space for the next generation as well to come.
True,
right? So all those titles work, even though now I think that some of the other hats I'm wearing are more oriented towards cultural diplomacy, opening spaces, and sort of like providing platforms where we can facilitate for the generations to come to just step on board and be guided so that they can take over after us. We still have many years to go, obviously. We're not gone, but you have to also, I think, prepare for that, because
I like that way of thinking. thinking. That's really good.
The problem with artists that we have, right, when we are known, or we are, DJs, singers, you think you're going to be hot all the time.
All the time, yeah.
But it doesn't work like that.
Can you ever teach someone not to go through that? Is it even possible? Because this is a space where, is it possible to be in that space and not feel like this is going to last forever? Because when you tell me, it sounds like, nah, man, it's impossible. It has to be forever.
I know the feeling, man. Trust me. It's even when people tell you, at first you're like, are you hating? Because it's starting to be, and sometimes it's also because people who've gone through their own challenges don't know how to convey the message in a way that's constructive. That the youth or the person that's entering this fame or this new environment of opportunities will receive the message not in a way that's like trying to take them down, but to prepare them for the next phase after that, because it's a very short-lived season. Yes, it's a very short period if you think about it.
Would you say it's the same as, say, as a young boy when your dad said, look, man, you're not going to be young forever, man. One day you're going to be old and you're going to have to face these things. And you're just thinking, nah,
man.
I will be doing this
I'll be doing this forever. They're wearing baggy jeans and you realize, I mean, you can, but then you will realize that there's and again, everybody's free to live their life the way they want to.
Do whatever they want,
But the truth of the matter is that there are certain codes that if you don't fit them into your way of being, you will not be taken as seriously in certain rooms.
True.
And it's unfortunate maybe, but it is just the way life is.
But you do have to adjust, because you can't have baggy pants if you want to own a company. If you want to go into this serious
depends the kind of company.
Oh yeah, true.
It depends.
True, actually.
Right?
Yeah. If you put it that
way.
Let
me just put it this way, right? If you're gonna go meet your president, there's no way you can go with your baggy pants. I mean, we're not gonna name no big brands, but like no LVs or no like chill out. Fix yourself proper. And I think we've entered in a world where there's just a vulgarization of style. It's okay to be yes, it's okay, but let's try to maintain a bit of apparatus and respect certain authorities and I mean, again, I guess I'm a bit of an old school guy like that. Maybe you are as well. I don't know. But
there's a bit of old school left in me. I'm trying to get into the new school thing, but it's difficult because when you are raised a certain way, your mind will think in a certain way. Like earlier on, we're talking about adjusting to a new way of doing things. Because if you stick too much to old school,
you can't.
Then the new generation won't really connect with you in a way.
I agree with you, brother. But sometimes people think that education and principles are old school. They're not. They're a compass.
True.
If you don't have a moral compass, you will start doing a bunch of nonsense.
Then you get lost. You need that direction.
And obviously, you can find that direction you're going to have to find this direction by yourself initially, as an adult anyways. So you're going to make up your own education, even though you've been well educated, probably by your parents. I mean, you look at people who commit crimes, okay, it might be psychological, but for the most part, these were potentially normal people, decently educated. If they didn't have any messy parents or anything like that, you'd be surprised to see that this person has intentionally chose to behave in a way that is,
and probably different from their parents or their siblings.
That's the thing, right? So it's like, again, we go into compartmentalism and all of that, but I think ultimately, when it comes to what I do as a musician, as a DJ, as a label owner, producer, etc., is really about at least even now more than it was before. Really about trying to lay the ground where we can be of service to that generation, as you said, and be open to their perception as well, because we know a lot of stuff, of course, but we don't know what they know.
Exactly.
And I think it's about connecting. And we speak like we're 50, but I'm only 42. But
we're still young. We're still young.
We've been here long though.
I didn't think we'll reach this point so early in the conversation. But I'm gonna ask you, because we are there already. There's a part where I'm gonna quote you.
Yes, sir.
I think you said something like,
you did your work.
Yeah, I had to.
Hey, I'm scared.
Your parents met in a club in Belgium, and they fell in love.
Yes, sir.
At first sight.
It sounds like it's a fairy tale, but it's actually true.
Yeah.
Well, the true story of my parents is that they met in a very famous club, which still exists to this day, called the Mirano Continental. And when they met, my father was 19, my mother was 32.
Oh, right.
So my mother was older than my dad.
Oh, is it?
And she already had my 2 older brothers.
Yes.
Who were closer in age to my dad.
Oh.
If you think about it.
Yeah. So was your mother married before?
No, yeah, she was married. She had my 2 older brothers. She was divorced.
And then she came, okay.
And then, they met. And apparently my father stepped on her foot.
Okay.
And so she was about to react in an aggressive, but then she saw this very handsome brother, 6'3", or 1 meter 95, I guess.
Something like that,
about that, he was a very good-looking brother, very, impressive physically.
Yeah.
And I guess they connected.
Yeah.
Well, I was given, I guess, the light version.
The light version
which
of it,
is
yes.
like, they kind of lost contact for a couple of months.
Okay.
Because
after meeting for the first time.
All
right.
My father's best friend kind of like hid my mother's number or something like that, and my father thought he had lost it.
Yeah.
Because remember, back in the days, there was no Facebook or none of that.
Yeah, there's no Instagram.
On the phone. Yeah, you have to call the landline.
Yeah.
That person's home telephone. And eventually, well, he found the number, called my mother, and I guess they kind of like reignited things, and
that's the end of it. Your boy is history. Wow. Yeah. So do you have any siblings? Because I know you said you lost one of your brothers.
Yeah, I lost my oldest brother. Then I have my second oldest brother.
Yeah.
Then I'm the third. But I'm the first of my mother and my dad. Okay. And then after me, I have my younger sister. And then between my younger sister and I have my adoptive sister, who's my cousin from back home.
Yeah.
But my parents always raised us to understand there's no such thing as we are half brothers, half sisters.
Okay,
that concept does not exist.
Yeah.
At least this concept does not exist for me. I don't know about my other siblings, but I don't think that's also how we view things. I think we are very, very connected and very united for the most part.
Yeah.
Just like any families, there's always going to be those, little siblings, little whatever nonsense.
Yeah.
But I think we've passed that at a certain point when you're grown adults. And then I have my 2 younger siblings who my father had with his other spouse, because obviously my parents at a certain point separated.
Okay.
And we do what we do, man. We guys,
wow.
We live our lives. So I have quite a few siblings. So.
Yeah, that's quite interesting, because I also saw somewhere, I'm going to quote you, you saying that you couldn't relate with your mother's side. Basically, you didn't see yourself as white. Yeah. You couldn't really relate to that. I mean, can you expand on that part where how difficult was it for you? Because did some kids tease you growing up because of the way you looked?
Oh yeah, that was there, but it wasn't that bothered me, because for me, when they were teasing me, I found them stupid because I didn't see my skin color.
Yeah,
I literally didn't, because you have to understand, I grew up back home in the village, so for me, it's not like when you mocking my skin color, it's like people call me an albino. For me, it made no difference.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? I'm the same as you.
I'm the same as you. Yeah, you didn't see no difference.
I couldn't see the difference.
Yeah.
And also, you have to understand, our education was such that even though our parents are considered to have been raised by very loving parents, but my dad was extremely strict.
Yeah,
like, you will walk straight, because otherwise so there are certain experiences that we had outside the house that we would not report to the parents.
All right.
For example, like this kind of bullying and stuff, like
people calling you names and things like that.
Go and say, because then it's like, so defend yourself,
Yeah.
So you didn't want to look like a punk neither, so you had to suck it in and be like, okay.
Whoever's making fun of you, make fun of them as well.
Exactly the
Give
thing.
it back,
Give it back. You got to make fun of them even 20 times harder.
Yeah.
So it helps you toughen your skin and grow a little stronger. Now, I think the issue really became materialized in my mind intellectually when one time I said something at the table. I can't remember exactly what I said, and my father literally just slammed the table.
Also, it was like in a family
gathering. Because we always had lunch. I mean, lunchtime, dinner was always in family.
Yeah.
We were all at the table. And so my father slammed the table and said, "Who do you think you are?"
Wow.
And I was like,
so you've never seen him actually talk like that?
Trust me, I've seen my dad get mad, but it was never unjust.
Yeah,
everything he did was if you done something wrong, you would actually have the depending on the degree of wrong you did.
Okay, so there was grades.
There was
and
grades.
You had to take responsibility.
He would straight up.
Yeah,
he said, "How dare you disrespect your mother like that?" And I didn't understand what he meant.
Yeah,
because again, I don't see myself as white because my skin is white.
Oh, okay.
There's no way I can refuse it. But I refuse that concept of having a white skin for the longest time.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel like that.
Yeah. So did your father have to have a conversation with you?
No, that one was not a conversation. It was like he was telling me.
Yeah.
He said whether you like it or not, you are gonna have a white skin until the day you die.
Yeah.
And being white is not an insult, is nothing wrong.
Yeah.
It's just a skin color. Now it's what you make of that skin color that's going to be the difference.
True.
It's what you make of your Africanity that will indeed be what people look at.
Yeah.
So accept your skin color for what it is.
Be comfortable with who you are.
With who you are. And understand that as a matter of fact, this is going to be an asset if you choose to actually be about the black cause. Yeah. Because you have to understand, I come from a family of businessmen, intellectuals, and diplomats.
Yes.
My grandfather was one of the founding fathers of Central African Republic.
Okay.
Post-colonial colonial times.
Colonialism, yes.
With the Barthélemy Boganda, David Dacko, and many others, and Jean-Bedel Bokassa, all these men who shaped the Central African Republic. So my grandfather being one of the opposition party leaders for the longest time, there was this sense of, and he was black, married a French woman, white. But at no point was that a dichotomy between his fight against, any sort of hegemony or colonialism and such. Yeah. Because you can fight an ideology. But the ideology is one thing. Humans are another complete different situation. So learning the difference between certain concepts, philosophies, and it stuck with me. When I went to Europe when I was in 2000, I moved back to Europe to finish my studies, and I was like, well, I'm going to use this skin color of mine as an asset to help my people. Yeah.
So let's take it back before we get to the part where some people Now let's take it back to growing up before you go to Europe. As a young kid, how was life for you? What were your dreams? What are some of the things that you aspire to be? Because some people don't know that Bodhisattva used to do hip hop. They don't know that Bodhisattva used to be a rapper.
Man, I used to, man. Big my crew. Big shout out to my homies from back in the days.
Yeah. Was this before you went to Europe, or was it after?
Much before.
Okay, let's take people way back.
Man, now I'm taking you guys to a little bar we had back home in Bria. Bria, you have to understand, it's like,
So Bria is in Bangui, or is Bangui the capital?
Bangui is the capital city. Bria is 600 kilometers from the capital city on the eastern part of the country.
All right.
And so my father, for example, my father's tribe is from northwest. Yeah. The Baya. Yeah, that's my father's tribe, if you want to look at it this way. Okay. And then I grew up in the Banda country, which is one of the most important tribe of the country, right? We have the biggest, in numbers, Banda and then Baya, and then all the other tribes are. Okay. So, but within all these Banda and Bayas, there's there's Baya Berberati, Baya Ngambula, etc., Banda Tibria, etc. You have different layers of, and they have, within that same tribe, there's different just practices and way of approaching.
Okay. And what languages are you? Sorry to cut you off. What language are you speaking?
Is it French? French. Sango, obviously, the national language. Yeah. And as a kid, because my father was in the diamonds business, I was exposed to a lot of, for example, Nigerians, Hausa people, etc. So as a kid, I developed very quickly a skill for speaking
different languages.
Yeah, I didn't speak in tongues. I was speaking languages.
I can imagine you rapping in tongues.
Yeah, man, come on now. But the rapping was cool, man. I wasn't the best rapper. I mean, I quickly realized that I was like, it wasn't for me.
But why were you rapping? Who were you looking up to?
We were looking up to so because we were rapping mostly in French, so there was a very massive and very important group of rappers like I Am. Yeah. I-A-M. I-Am. Then you have obviously the American rappers. We were highly influenced, by Public Enemy. You name them,
Wow. I feel like you're going to mention the KRS-One and all.
KRS-One, obviously. Come on, that's a fact. Obviously, all those legends. But we didn't understand English. Yeah. So forth. We were just
how was that challenge for you? Because for somebody who was born speaking English, they don't understand the fact that you have to think of another language to translate into English.
just making up the words.
Yeah.
Because some of these words sounded like our own language. So we would put our own words in our own language on the lyrics, which meant completely different things.
My favorite word with my sister, because even me, there was a time where I couldn't speak English. I think I was 14 or 15 before I went to multiracial school.
Okay.
We used to use the word ashminishmina, ashminishmina. But we understood. So basically, if I want to say, pass me the drink, I was like, ashminishmina. And she would pass it, But some people don't understand. You created your own codes. And we learned the language. Yeah, go on.
So, basically, we realized that I wasn't going to be the best rapper of the group.
Yeah.
But I was, from that young age, I was already about bringing my guys together.
Yeah.
And also, I think I have no problem saying, because I suffered from my skin color.
Yeah.
I felt like I needed to do extra to just be, a team player and be about, bringing my homies together.
Were most of your homies, were they black or they white?
All black. I didn't have that, because in Buya there wasn't that many white people. I was the only. My mother, me, and my sister, were in terms of complexion.
Black skin,
Obviously, there was the sisters from the Catholic Church that were there, but it wasn't just like it wasn't. It didn't represent.
Your story sounds more like Trevor Noah. I think Trevor Noah went through the same story as well.
Yes, somebody said that to me as well.
Yeah.
And so, we started Bek Crew, and then it was Bek Crew in translation means the storm crew,
Yeah.
But
that was the name of the group.
The group, we had the storm crew.
Okay. How many members?
We were about like 7.
Okay.
At a certain point, and then we trimmed it down because they were not about being serious about the craft. So we don't want no.
Was lacking.
They were lacking, man. Okay. I was like, no.
So from 7, how many are we cutting to?
We ended up with rest in peace, Lac Salé.
Yeah.
No, Lac Salé still alive. Sorry. Catastrophe. Rest in peace. He was the best.
Yeah.
Catastrophe.
Okay.
Because
you
in
can
French,
tell by the name.
Catastrophe means strophe. It's like how you say that in English, but it's when you formulate a phrase, there's certain ending of the phrase that I don't know if say that in English, but like ending, finding a way. This, you know what I mean? Like the end of the word is similar when you write a verse.
Oh, okay,
it's like a poem, right?
So it was
rhyme? When it was exactly
rhyming.
The rhyming.
Oh,
his rhyming. Thank you very much.
No worries.
His rhyming was absolutely
sick. Yeah.
Absolutely sick. So Catastrophe, then Lac Salé. And we used other rappers' names that we were looking up to. So we had Faf Larage.
Okay.
That was my cousin Willie. And then we had we had Keops.
Yeah.
No, we had Churiken.
What was your rap name?
Mine was always Buddha Manya. Buddha. So that's from that became Boddhi.
Boddhi.
Yeah. Because I was a bit fat. I was a bit chubby as a kid,
Big bone.
So big bone for real, man. And so I was so big bone you couldn't see this definition here. The elbow. It wasn't appearing at all. So for a moment, people were definitely teasing me about the weight.
Yeah.
But Buddha Manya was really the name. Because my name being Armani, people used to call me Manya.
All right. Yeah.
So Buddha was Mani, because I was the big guy, So Buddha Manya, because I also was very calm.
All right.
Yeah, and actually the truth is my uncle, my father's youngest brother, is one that called me Buddha because he knew he couldn't call me fat.
Yeah.
Because my father
the political
was to call me Buddha, but he didn't know that it strengthened me.
Yeah. Oh wow.
My uncle and I, we have 10 years apart from one another. So he's 52 and 42. So he's always been like my biggest bully, man.
So how do we convert from Buddha to Bodhisattva?
So, all right. So the conversion happens when I moved to Europe, and now I was about to do my exams to go to university.
Okay. So you finished school.
So I finished school.
Now you're about to go to Europe.
University.
But what brings the mind to go to university? Is your dad saying you need to go study there?
Obviously, man. Yeah. What do you think? If it was me, I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay.
You want to stay with your boys?
With my boys,
because it's comfort. It's comfortable.
And on top of that, you have to understand. It's like even though I come from a comfortable background, my father was extremely strict. So gifts were not just like that. There was no. had comfort in terms of like we had, AC, all those things you can think of as far as comfort can be.
Yeah.
Having 3 meals a day, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the rest, my dad was not playing, man.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't deliver good grades or anything like that, you're not behaving in the right way. You're not getting anything. But my mom was the one that was corrupting me. She was like, it's fine. If your dad said no, it's fine. You get this.
Because when you want something, you go to
of course. Yeah. And I knew because I was a fan of Casio watches.
Yeah.
Especially the big ones, like the Commando styles, with altimeters. And so my father had a couple of his clients.
Yeah.
In the diamonds business, they would you bringing me back, man. Oh my god!
We want people to understand. We want people to understand your life.
And they would see they would come and say, "Amani, come." I said, "I would be." You like this watch? I said, "Yes, I like it." Okay, wait. And then remember, there was a watch back in the days that was talking. It is 12. You remember that watch?
Yeah.
Yo, one of my father's clients came into his office.
Yeah.
Alaji Drame, I'm sorry. Alaji Drame, rest in peace. He passed away.
Okay, rest in peace.
He was a great friend of my dad. And he came, he saw me. He knew I liked watch.
Yeah.
He was a very wealthy man in the diamonds business. So he's there, they're discussing their business, And as I'm sitting with the bing, bong, it is
1 o'clock.
And I looked at the watch, I was impressed.
Yeah.
I'd never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
He literally took the watch off his wrist to give it to me.
Wow. Hey. Was it because of the way of your expression?
My expression. I was amazed by that.
Yeah.
And I loved watch, and ever since I always loved watch. Nice shoes, etc. I got that from my parents, especially my dad. When it comes to men elegance, my father was, even if he was just casually, he was always elegant.
Wow.
Smelling good. Just like we can be just casually, but there is. I can tell you iron your shirt, for example. I can tell your attention. That's the kind of
men. All right.
We are. We have been educated to be this way.
Like that, yeah.
And your appearance has to always be impeccable.
True.
And your manners as well, of course.
True, yeah.
Anyways, with that being said, my father's like, no, Alaji, you shouldn't do that. He doesn't deserve it. And at the time, my father was actually, I was not behaving properly.
Okay.
He said, no, it's fine. This is like my son.
Yeah. Let me give him the watch.
It's fine. And so, with that being said, it was always a situation where the education was strict, and they had, and nowadays the Gen Z would say, it was toxic.
Yeah.
Maybe. But the thing is that it taught me the importance. Lord. But it was giving me values.
Yeah.
Understanding that.
Paving you for those tough moments in life.
You have to be ready for this is not going to last forever. And I'll give you another example. One time I was behaving very stupidly with some of my friends.
Yeah.
I didn't want to borrow some toys or whatever.
Yeah.
Took everything away, said, my money paid, this is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Now what?
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I didn't understand the concept. For the first time, I'm being...
You're like, this man is being horrible.
Yo!
Is he sure he's my father?
But who am I going to say this to?
Yeah.
Because you don't respond to your dad?
No.
But your attitude, you want to act off. You say you can act off all you want.
But
it's not going to do nothing. Anyways, but you would never respond. Of course, the beating you're going to get is going to be next level, man. Yeah. So you're like,
you better just... Let's leave it.
Let's fine. And so it taught me a big lesson. Even though it was really harsh that day, but afterwards, my father would, even though he would be really, really harsh.
Yeah.
Because I behaved in a way that was certainly out of order. And I really behaved in an out of order way.
Yeah.
Because I was really being nasty to those kids. But he would call me afterwards.
Yeah.
Sit me down and explain to me why he did what he did and what my action means.
Yeah.
And it will have an impact if I continue being like that as an adult. And I understood. You have to, it's okay to share.
Yeah. Don't be selfish.
Don't be selfish. Yeah.
Wow.
This kind of principles, And of course, everything has degrees, values, you don't just share, For example, I learned you should never borrow a book.
Okay.
Give it. Or buy it or offer it, but...
Also, I don't give you a book to say, read it and then bring it back.
Because you're never going to see it back. Most of the time, people don't bring it back.
So it's better to give it.
It's better to give it.
Oh, okay.
A billionaire friend of mine many years ago told me something. He said, with your friends, you should never borrow money.
All right.
Give them the money.
Oh, because if you borrow money, then...
You're expecting to see it back. You won't see it back.
And then sometimes you don't see it, then it causes a problem.
It causes a problem.
Yeah.
So when you give something, don't give it expecting anything in return.
All right.
But it's easier said than done.
Yeah, true that. So let's move from education. Your dad sees that, okay, now you need to go to Europe.
Yeah,
he makes
my dad
this
sees,
decision. Where do you go?
Him and my mom, they were like, okay, you have to continue your studies in Europe. So initially,
yeah. What were you studying?
Well, initially I wanted to be a basketball player. I wanted to go to UCLA.
Wow! So we've got a rapper, hip hop.
Yeah, straight. No, you already know basketball, hip hop. Yeah, I wanted to.
Yeah.
I wanted to be different things. I wanted to be a military. Yeah. I wanted to be a basketball player. I wanted to be a pilot.
Yeah.
Military. At the time, I didn't like authority, so not that kind of authority.
So you wouldn't be able to.
So I was like, I don't think I'm going to be for it.
Yeah.
Even though I wish I did, because I do.
Because that one you have to follow orders.
You have to follow orders.
Yes,
and to be honest, and the funny thing is that as the years gone by, a lot of my friends are special forces or ex-special forces, like really high-ranking military guys from different armies around the world. It's funny enough.
But I think with your discipline, you might have been okay. I mean...
Yeah. I might have been okay, but I just thought I wasn't good. I wasn't ready for it, I guess.
Okay.
But probably it was my uncle, my father's youngest brother, who was intimidating me.
Yeah.
I would blame him for that.
Okay.
And so the studies was going to be... I was going to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
A business and affairs lawyer, something like that. Anyways, you at MIT.
Yeah.
In Boston, but I didn't have the right grades for that.
Okay.
And so quickly, while I was the last year at school before entering high school, I think before going to university, I got into a bit of a depression because when I came in Europe, I was intelligence was there and all of that, but I was just not on the same level as the other kids.
All right.
So my capacity to learn was chaotic compared to how the system wanted me to learn.
Okay.
So, for example, if I had a dissertation about a specific topic, I would always find a way to bring it back to Africa.
All right.
We're talking about
everything.
trade.
We're talking about anything, then it diverts.
I would divert the conversation to Africa.
What was causing that? Is it like
It's my love for the continent, man. I don't know. It's look, it's always been like that.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about. You touch on a very soft. I don't know. I would say sensitive topic, depression.
Sure. Yeah.
For someone like me, when I hear Bodhisattva says he went through depression, it doesn't compensate properly in my head. How did you know that you were depressed, or what did you go through during that time, and how did you get out of it?
I was young, so I didn't know what the concept of depression was.
Yeah.
My parents, even themselves, they didn't
pick
really
it up.
know, man. I mean, you gotta understand that we're talking now early 2000, right?
Yeah.
So we can see our son is not doing well, not sleeping well. He's depressed because and I was in a very elitist school. My father and my mother spent a lot of money for our education.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm forever grateful for, and I wish, in a way, I kind of honored them with a diploma because they really spent a lot of money on our education. But it wasn't all gone to waste because I'm not. Thank God, I'm not an idiot, so I kind of corrected some of the things that I gathered from that, and it allowed me to, evolve in life in a positive way. But they saw that I was not eating well. I was just not. It was just not the same thing.
Yeah.
And so my dad one day said, "Look," and I didn't know that about him, by the way. So one time he said, "Look, I was 18, about to be 19. He said, "Look, I never had my diploma." And I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that, never. And he was like, I never went to high school, never went to university.
Oh, snap.
Said,
so to you, it was like a shock to your mind.
Hell of a shock. Because, you forget, when you're born to your parents, you don't know their life.
Before.
You only know what they're telling you.
Yeah.
And obviously, as a parent,
them, your assumptions, isn't it? You just build it up and they are a superhero as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
And they're not going to tell you all the things that they didn't do well.
No.
When I was a kid, I used to do this. Really?
No.
You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Because they have to wait for the right moment as well, when you're ready.
Exactly. And I think that was a pivotal moment between my dad and I, where we actually connected on so that's the thing. I'm not a child that loved one of the parents more than the other.
Yeah.
That system is not in me.
It didn't work.
I love both
equally.
the same equal way.
Yeah.
So when my father said that, however, he locked us in a bit more because I always felt like my father was too hard. But I understood why he was, because he wanted me to be a man and a respectable person and da. But at times, and through that moment, we bonded.
Yeah.
Because, that's something I felt like we had in common. We failed.
Yeah.
Because for me, my father could never fail.
Yeah. So you see it as normal.
Now it's becoming more normal to me because my father is not a superhero anymore. Not. Obviously, it's a bit of a disappointment because I'm like, I thought you were doing everything perfect.
Yeah. But it's anyways, a realization that builds, yeah.
And he took me to school that day. The next day, it was on a Sunday. So on a Monday we go to school.
Yeah.
And he said, "Okay, let's go see the director of the school." We went to say, "All right, my son's gonna stop." He took the decision for me.
You're gonna stop going to school?
Yeah, he took the decision for me. I didn't have the strength.
Yeah.
But he knew. He said, one thing you have to understand though, the moment you stop going to school, that doesn't mean you're gonna stop doing anything at all. You know that, right? I said, yes. I think I know, but I didn't.
No.
You think you do when you're 18, 19. Yeah. You know everything. No, you don't. Until maybe some do. But at the time, for me, that concept, even though I intellectually understood it, but the experience is a different situation.
True. When you have to go through that.
You understand, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, he takes the decision for me. We go. I mean, he helps me take the decision. And it was very empowering because he walked with me.
Yeah.
He was dressed as he always would. Like
you said,
my guy. Yo. When that guy walked, he was, he's a tall guy too and very impressive physically, very athletic. So when I was walking next to my dad, and back in the days I still had hair on my head, so I was walking the afro.
With the afro, wow.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You need to send me some pictures so I can show people how you were looking. I will send you some. With the afro. Yeah.
And so he took me there, and that was it. And the teachers were like, "Look, this kid is super intelligent. He's just not built for that system."
Yeah.
And at the time, there was no education built for somebody with my type of intelligence.
All right.
So I just wasn't for the formal sort of like schooling.
Yeah.
And that didn't mean that I didn't. I understood economy, understood math, and all these things, but it's just that the way I processed information was just
different.
And also I had what I call in French we call it dyscalculie. So I would read numbers.
Dyslexia.
It's like a dyslexia. Dyslexia.
Similar.
So, yeah, but we caught that super late. I actually caught it because I used to mask it.
Yeah.
But you can't.
You kind of like realize.
Yeah.
So now you go into varsity. How is the shock when we get to varsity to go
I
and
didn't
study?
go to varsity. I didn't go nowhere. I mean, after that, it's like, all right. That day I was with him. He said, "Okay, so next week you're gonna start working in the diamonds industry."
All right.
Yeah. I said, "Okay." He didn't give me no choice. He's like, "Now you're entering my world now.
Yeah.
This is not a child's world. It's a world you're gonna be a man now."
Wow.
Okay. So he made me call. I started making calls, having to call because the HRD is like it's the in Dutch they say the Hooggraad voor Diamond. Anybody who speaks Afrikaans or maybe a bit of Dutch will understand what it means. So it's the forgot the translation in English. Anyways,
okay,
it's the high authority for diamonds in Antwerp, and there's the HRD and the GIA.
Yeah,
and the HRD provides courses to learn about rough diamonds or cut diamonds, etc.
Yeah.
So he registered me for both courses.
Yeah.
And both courses a total of 2 months, I think, something like that.
Okay.
Each. And and the first time I took those courses, I did cut diamond first. And I was a natural because I was born in it.
All right. Okay.
I've seen diamonds all my life.
Yeah.
So
and besides, your dad as well is passed on to you.
Passed on to me. Maybe somehow something passed on to me. So I was naturally gifted for it.
Yeah.
And that's encouraging you because then your value as a young man, a young boy. I mean,
now you feel
19,
seen.
You start to feel seen. You start to feel like, okay, I'm worth something.
Yeah.
And so that lasted for a couple of years, and then. And then in the meantime through all of that phase, I was still making music.
Yeah.
Right? Music was always part of my life.
Making music is in producing.
Producing.
Okay. Yeah. But then how do we come across production? Who shows you the first, I don't know, Fruity Loops? I don't know what you're using. Cubase.
I was using Acid, and I still use Acid to this day.
Okay.
Acid was a Sony program back in the days.
But who did you see producing? Where did the inspiration come from?
A friend of my brother actually, who came to our house in Brussels. He said, "Your brother is talented, man. He's got something." And I was already using I was buying back in the days. You have to understand the laptops or the computers were not really meant for this kind of, and the softwares for production were not that elaborate. It was weird. Yeah. So I was using, I forget even the name of those early production DJ programs, whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't even Cubase or anything like that.
Yeah.
And this friend of my brother said, "Look, I have a bunch of CDs of samples, and at this program, let me bring it to you, brother." So he said, "Cool." He brought it to me.
Yeah.
Showed me how to install it. and then started making music with that naturally, you know. But before that, I was already making sounds, but I was editing more than I was making sounds. Really, I was editing tracks, cutting, and I mean, even the way our flyers, for example, we would draw by hand, and would actually like take like magazine pictures that we would cut, put them on the photo, paste it, and then scan it, and then print them. These kind of things. That's how we were doing.
Because you had to be innovative.
That's it. So you know, we were playing cassettes, these CDs, etc., etc. So learning how to record your mixtapes, you know, for that was the premise of beat making. Or at least getting me into the beat making. And so when I started using the program, you know, Acid from Acid 3 up until now, which is Acid 11, and that's what I use.
So when you make music, your first initial creativity, is it into hip hop? Is it house?
It's hip hop. But I've always so my father's youngest brother, who used to live in the UK, as a headhunter here in the UK. Was obviously a party head, and so through him and my older brothers, I discovered, you know, acid house, new beat, techno, all of these sounds, and so through him I discovered deep house.
Oh, right.
So he brought a CD by Kevin Yost. I don't know if you know the producer and DJ Kevin Yost. And the album is called, I think, One Starry Night.
Okay.
Hey, man,
it hit you. And then you're like, no, this
I was back in Bria, man. I think I was 13 or 14 years old. Maybe a little younger. I can't remember, around that time. Man, you know when music blows your mind and you're like, what is this?
The eargasm, we call it.
Oh, man, I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
I never heard anything like that.
Wow.
And it inspired me right away. And I said, okay, I want to be out. This is what I want to do in my life. Obviously, you can't say that loud.
You can't say that to your dad because it's like, education.
No, he was like, you can have that fun.
But serious stuff first. Because for them, they didn't see it as something that you could make money from. I mean, they just saw it as a hobby.
Understandably so.
Let's fast forward it for people. When you come to, I mean, you've gone through the depression. You're doing the diamond job. Where to from there? How do you get to Europe?
So I'm already in Europe now.
When you're doing the diamond thing,
I'm already in Europe. Everything is in Europe. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 2000.
All right.
That's within the 2000, 2003, 2004, 2005. This is where all of these things happen at a very, very, very intense pace. And then from that, you know, I had to stop doing the diamonds thing. Basically, my father got jailed by the government at the time because, you know, coming from the kind of family I come from, you know, my grandfather being such a feared and also respected opposition leader and politician, you know, there was political things at play. So, you know, they started creating these false accusations and then, you know, putting my father in jail for a couple of months. And that...
How did that affect you?
Terribly. Terribly. I think that was one of the most... you feel
defeated because the superhero is gone and there's nothing you can do.
They're trying to destroy your name. They were even threatening my life as well, you know. So
is it?
Yeah. You know, but that was back then, you know, and you know when you live in our beautiful continent and you happen to be in some of our countries which was dealing with certain type of instabilities, you get used to them. So you kind of know how to navigate these waters.
Around
but this one particularly was one very, very difficult moment. And so this is when my family started, you know, losing everything.
All right.
That they had built, him and my mom. And funny enough, man, you know, God is great. You know, I was able to help provide for the family through the music, which... That part, actually, to be honest with you, it feels like it happened. Because if you ask me how, it's like a blur. It's a big blur. Because it really felt like a blessing from God, you know, like I couldn't explain it. I couldn't explain how I was able to even make money because I wasn't really known. You have to understand, we're talking about 2004, 2005. And I was, I mean, it was not just me, of course, because we were all living together.
So many people.
But the principle is that the very thing that my father initiated, my father and my mom was always an artist. You know, my mom was creating jewelry out of bovine horns and stuff. So she worked with Yves Saint Laurent, Gianfranco Ferre. So a big part of my family is all artists. Like my older brother is a jewel maker that he makes these rings and stuff like that. So me, I was not destined to be that.
Yeah.
My father wanted me to be the business guy.
But you didn't really like the model.
I was able to be the business guy. It's just that I wanted him to let me be my own person.
In your own way.
Which eventually kind of like let happen, because my older brother was like, look, let him do his thing.
Yeah.
If he fails, after 1 year, then he's gonna follow the path you want for him.
And there was no room for failure for you once you started with that.
But funny enough, he was never gonna make me go his path. He just wanted to stress me out, so that I could still have fire up my butt and do what I do.
Because that's needed. If you don't have that, then you're slacking and you end up not making it at all.
He kept me on my toes, and he never had to tell me ever again.
Yeah.
You need to do this, you need to do that, because I was doing it.
Yeah. And here you are. Let's talk about the first event, the first gig that you got paid. Do you still remember?
Yeah. Brussels, Le Cercle, small little bar, a friend of my brother actually.
Yeah.
I performed for my brother's 33rd anniversary.
Yeah.
All his friends are like super massive party heads. Like, and they were very influential people of the nightlife.
Yeah.
So I did a 10 hours DJ set.
Wow.
I blew their mind off.
10 hours.
The kid was blowing the mind off me. Yo, I'm telling you, man.
I can imagine. Yo, straight 10 hours.
10 hours, man.
And how was the people's reaction?
And I was playing with, these big standalone computers. I was everywhere I would DJ, I would bring my standalone computer.
Yeah.
With the big tower, the big screen,
Damn.
and everything, bro.
We need some of those pictures of you just doing that,
I even have videos. I think I'll find them. I'll find them in my drum box. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Long story short, after that, his friend is like, yo, you want to play? I'm about to manage this new bar. If you want, I'll have you as a resident. I said, cool. I'll be honored,
Yeah.
And I was paid 50 euros for 6 hours performance.
And you like, here,
50 pounds, yeah.
We're going in now. This is where he's at.
Every Wednesdays, man. And then I got fired because I was stubborn. I didn't want to play commercial music. I wanted to only play deep house.
Wow.
And underground.
What does it take for someone to be resistant in not wanting to play commercial? Why was that? Was it because you kind of knew where you want to take this?
Yes, there was a sense of that. And there was a sense of the commercial that was existing back then didn't have quality.
Yeah.
It was really cheesy commercial, man.
Yeah.
House really was hella freaking cheesy.
The way to go.
It was just like, man, like, yo.
I'm not going to play that. Yeah.
And this rebellious mind has carried me even to this day. For example, like if you're looking at what's going on now with Afro melodic and all of that, I'm like, guys, I've done that like 10 years ago. Okay, I didn't do it exactly the same way you guys are doing, because now you made a format out of it.
Yeah.
But the premise, it was me, Rencido, Tulu the song.
Yeah.
All of us, we were like, even if Tulu is much younger than us.
Yeah.
But he was also one of the precursors. You
Yeah.
know? Talent doesn't weigh the amount of the amount of years you've spent on earth.
Yeah.
You can be blessed with a skill at a very young age and manifest it right away. So in this particular case, it feels like as far as I was concerned, then I knew I had something else to serve to the people. I just hadn't found the recipe and the formula quite well yet
to give it to the
give
people
it in the format that I guess needed to be given in order for people to receive it. So in other words, to simplify the thought process here, I just hadn't mastered how to include African rhythms in the way I saw them being included in house music. Yeah. Because what we do is house music. Yeah. Initially, first and foremost. Then we are Afro house and all of these are subgenres, but it's house music, right?
I mean, your sound, is it ancestral soul?
Ancestral soul, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's an identity.
Okay.
More than a sound. It's a sound now because obviously I made so much records and people have inspired themselves out of that and call it as well ancestral soul. So it's a sound now. Yeah. But first and foremost, it's identity. And people always mistaken the sound for it being old. No. Ancestral, because there's a word ancestral, they think ancient. Yeah. Yes. Ancient because we pay homage to our elders. We pay homage to those who came before. That's what ancestral stand for. Ancestral sounds, rhythms that are anchored in truth, authenticity, spirit. Yeah. and by spirit I don't mean anything else but an enlightened spirit.
True.
You know, invoking in each and every one of us this spirit of positivity, of love, of generosity, etc. This is really what the intention of what Ancestral Soul stands for.
All right.
And the soul, which is more of the, you know, in the pure sense of what soul means, like it's more American sound, more. I wasn't going to call it ancestral tech or whatever because I felt it was a bit reductive.
Yeah.
Ancestral Soul felt like it allowed me within the word soul to actually incorporate other genres.
Yes.
So that's what Ancestral Soul is about. Because if you listen to the sound, it goes in so many different directions, but there's always a thread line. The thread is Africa.
Yeah.
You understand?
I mean, if we dive deep into your sound, you had so many. I mean, you've worked with so many people, and there's one person that always comes out of your mouth, which is Kulo the song. Yeah.
Yeah. I hold him in the. He's one of my guys, man.
Do you still remember the first time you met Kulo? How you met Kulo and what was going on? Was it
Yo,
as they get a
on
gig?
MySpace, man.
Really?
He hit me up. Actually, Coffee beat me up to this one.
Okay.
He was just about. I think he was just about to be noticed by Black Coffee.
Okay.
But he hit me up, and I think he was hitting us up. He was sending us music, right?
Yeah. So he hit you up on MySpace.
MySpace.
Wow.
And I'm like, right away, I'm just like, and I remember it was that song, the Bright Forest.
Yes.
Eish. No, bro.
That track, man.
Shoo,
there's
what?
no one. When you play that track, you just know. You know, the first time I heard it was him playing it. And you know, sometimes as DJs, you guys will be playing something that you haven't released. Yeah. Hey, I looked and I wanted this song. I was like, I can't find it. Yeah.
He sent that thing to me, and I'm like, whoa.
What did you think when you heard it?
What is this?
Yeah.
This is special. This is just a different version of what I do.
Yeah.
In a completely. I'm gonna say as far as I'm concerned, I was like, it's even better than what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It even inspired me for other stuff.
Yeah.
This is the beauty of inspiration.
That's the beauty of working with other people as well.
You know what I mean? And sometimes you inspire others, but then that inspiration they elevate it.
Yeah.
You know. And so that's what happened. And so quickly, Kofi saw that. He's like, yo, I'm not letting... And obviously rightfully so, because, I mean, I couldn't see a better fit as well for them to collaborate. And with Kofi, already at the time, having the traction around his name and what it was doing, I think it was good.
Hits you up, and then he hits Black Coffee as well. But then you take time to respond.
No, it's not that. It's just... you have to understand... South Africa, this is one thing that you can say comfortably. South Africans you guys have managed to build an industry that has afforded opportunities to the likes of Coffee, you know, the Hotman, you know, Vinny Da Vinci, you know, Christos, all these big names, you know, to open opportunities, or Skido, etc.
Skido, yes.
Open.
There's so many names you can mention.
Hey, man,
I apologize if we don't mention anyone, but
for sure,
you know exactly what we mean.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
You have to be respected. Indeed.
I don't want to get calls. They're like, oh, so you don't mention me now.
We salute the legends who've paved the way for each and every of these artists to actually be able to be where they are today.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it was just completely normal for him to naturally work with Coffee, and I think that I was just impressed at the sonic quality of this guy.
Yeah.
And then he came to Belgium one time. He was performing. Yeah. And then the reason why, you know, I refer a lot to him is because he's not getting enough of his flowers.
True. People
tend to always forget that the Afrotech movement became what it has become
because of him. Yeah,
being signed to Innovisions, to Ame Dixon's label.
That's true.
Innovisions. And actually people don't like it, but give credit where it's due. And the Germans were actually seeing something.
Yeah,
and they signed it. Wow. That's how this whole movement started really to pick up.
It's funny how you get overlooked by the people around you, and you get seen by somebody who's like far and saying that diamond is rough, but there's a bit of potential with it. Because
there was no way you could actually shape Kulo to actually be the soulful guy.
Yeah.
Is his unique self.
His uniqueness, yeah.
There's no way you can shape him into something else.
Sometimes with Kulo, his gigs, I would see that he would not advertise them, and I'd go to his gig and it would be packed. It's like some people just, I don't know how he magnets
this guy's
people.
A guru, man.
Yeah, he is actually a guru.
He's a guru, man.
If you're listening, you're a guru.
He's a guru, man.
Since
he knows.
Close, you need to make sure he gets here.
I'll let him know. I'll send him. No, that's my guy, man. I'll definitely hit him up. And so I hold him close to heart because he came to my house in Belgium. And I used to live with at the time, with my parents.
Yeah.
And we made our Sundiata's Rebels project together there.
Oh, right.
And my mother loved him, and she cooked. That's what my mothers do all night. My mother was white, but she was not that. She was an African woman because you have to understand she had that thing in her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have to understand when she married my dad, she moved. She left Europe to go and live with my dad in Africa.
Yeah.
For a woman that had never been in Africa before.
Yeah.
With two sons
take
already.
That risk to say, you know what?
You know what I mean?
I don't care.
Yeah, and she went and she lived 20 plus years in Africa.
Yeah, I mean, you've mentioned that your mom passed away. How did that affect you?
Oh man!
And how did that happen?
It's deep, man. It's really, really deep because my mother passed away in a way that's like most of the time, it's unexpected.
Yeah.
She went to the hospital for what would have been a back fracture. And then we realized that she has something going on. We don't know what it is. Then we found out that the back, because initially they said the back fracture was caused by so the year before she passed away, she had a skin cancer, a very rare type of skin cancer that appeared.
Yeah.
But it appeared out of nowhere, like most of the time. But she managed to heal it.
Oh, okay.
They did the chemo and everything. Cool. She comes back to, at the time I was living in Portugal.
Yeah.
So we're talking about 2021 now. So end of 21, she comes back. But I'm like, Mom, let's. But she was tired. She was like, I'm done with these things. I'm feeling better. She was doing regular checks. Cool. Long story short, she fell from the stairs one morning. She breaks something in her vertebra.
Yeah.
She was still able to walk, but she was in terrible pain. And to be honest with you, I don't even know what was the delay. But in the problem is that at the time, the healthcare system was just in Portugal was just not really on point.
Good enough.
In my opinion, it wasn't. I mean, at least the people we were talking to were not good enough. And so it took about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For me to be able to, for us to actually take her back to Belgium,
where
we know that she was going to be handled by, the best care possible. And so when we did, it was on Monday. We stayed there for, took her, then in the meantime, she caught COVID.
Yeah.
Now they're like, we cannot let you in the hospital. How can you not let her? So then they were like, okay, no, maybe we can.
Yeah.
God's grace. Thursday, she's allowed into the hospital. But she has to stay in one isolated
place.
Sort of room.
Yeah.
Now, me, I have to fly back to Portugal because I have to look after, a bunch of things for them, the dogs, whatever. So I was just like, and me and my mom, we were very close.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Very, very close, Actually, when I moved to Portugal, I took her with me. I said, you can stay here with my other siblings.
Yeah.
But they're all married. Me, you're my mother, so whether there's a white woman or not, you're going to be here with me. There's no... So she was like, okay, cool. So she came. So she lived with me from 2018 until 2020... Yeah, about 21, yeah.
That's when she passed away.
So she passed away in 22.
22, wow.
And 22, and so basically, one morning I wake up, it's a Sunday, remember the Monday, then the following is Sunday.
Yeah.
That Sunday, she's like, my son, I'm not feeling too good. I said, oh, Mom, okay. All right, let's see what's up. Monday, I'm getting a call from my sister. Oh, Mom had a heart attack. I said, huh?
Oof.
No, but it's okay. She's all right. I said, okay. All right, second heart attack, third heart attack in the same day.
Yeah.
So now I have to find a solution because at the time we're just coming off of COVID.
Yeah.
No gigs, very little resources.
Yeah.
Money not coming in.
Wow.
Now I have to be like, yo, guy, you're gonna have to support a brother because I gotta go take care of this situation.
Yeah.
One of my best friend, my homie, my guy. Keisha is like, yo, I got you. Boom, 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 hook it up.
Yeah.
My guys, book the flight. Tuesday morning.
You get the bad news?
I had to say goodbye over the phone.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
Yeah, it was terrible, man. It was terrible. It's a terrible experience. But you know what? I'm happy about is that my sister and my brother was with her.
Yeah.
And my sister's oldest son and my brother's daughter was there. You know, so she was surrounded. She was surrounded, held in love, but she left in terrible pain.
Wow.
Because basically what she had was her blood became toxic. So the night of the Monday to the Tuesday, they were trying to cleanse the blood.
Okay.
You know, a dialysis or something like that.
Yeah.
But then it didn't work out the way they had hoped. And it so happened that, well, unexpectedly, this thing turned out to become what they call it's like a thrombosis or something like that. And so her heart started to, become so big and whatever. What they explained to me was that, she wasn't going to make it. So,
man.
we had to. I just had to say goodbye. And it's funny because I was packing my stuff home.
Getting ready.
Because on the Tuesday morning, like literally, I had spoken to my sister like 10 minutes before. She's like, oh, she had a good night. It's okay. 10 minutes later, she's like, the doctor says she doesn't have much to survive. I'm rushing to the hospital now. So I'm in Portugal.
Yeah.
So I'm rushing to my house to pack up because she had a partner. So she was staying at her partner's place. So I had to leave from that place to go to my house, pack a bag quickly. Take the first flight I could possibly find. Couldn't find one. And so, as I'm at the airport trying to change my ticket, she's gone.
Oh.
So, such is life, man. But
may his soul rest in peace.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much, man. But it's life. We all have a story. We all have a traumatic story to tell. Events. And I think that in my case, because I have always been a bit of the pillar of the family, more was expected of me. Yeah. Always. Yeah. So I didn't really have the time to process the death the right way. The only moment I really had to grieve was when I saw her body. That's the only time. My father died in my hands. Yeah. Back in 2014. It was a pain I can't describe. Yeah, equally difficult. But a mother is a different
story,
level.
Man. Oh, so your father died first,
yeah,
and
my father died
mom
first.
followed.
Yeah,
I mean, talking about may his soul rest in peace as well.
Thank you.
You had a trilogy when you were releasing your album. You've got so many albums. I'm not going to go into them because
now I have 4 albums.
Now you've got 4.
But there was trilogy of Invocation, the first one.
Yeah.
Transition. That was for my dad. And Manifestation, the third one, which was not yet it was a tribute, kind of like a tribute to my mom and my dad, because I had promised my mother. Yeah. So that's 2022. The album came out in 2022 to Manifestation. I told my mom in 2021, I said, this album I'm working on, you will see I'm going to get a Grammy for it. Yeah. And believe it or not, I didn't get the Grammy, but I was acknowledged by the Grammys. Wow. I was able to enter the competition. Yeah. With the album, and I was competing next to Bjork, Arctic Monkeys, big bands, Yeah. So obviously I wasn't going to be nominated, but I was at least able to enter. So it's an acknowledgement.
Can we talk about this? So the first one is
Invocation, the red cover.
Would I say is it transition?
Transition is the one
because
with
the one you dedicated to your dad.
Face. Yeah.
On the cover, I think it's you. Then on your left is your dad.
And then
on the right, there's a woman Africa.
Yeah.
All right. So that album, would you say that one is the most important one because you put your dad on the cover? Because
they're all equally important, but this one, for that moment, for what it represented, was extremely important because it signaled a change in my sound. Yeah. Because if you notice on the album, Davido was on the album. Yeah. Les Nubians, Omar, Paul Randolph. Yeah. Georgia Ann Muldrow, Dudley Perkins, for those who are into hip hop. Yeah. I was able to get some serious heavyweights on that project,
Wow.
And who all came feeling the energy. Tidra Moses, you know. They were like, yo, we're with you, man. Yeah. And I've always been blessed by that, having people I'm working with who I didn't have to say much. I just sent the music and they wrote exactly. That's funny. To this day, it's the same case. When I send an artist the music, when they write lyrics to it, it's exactly what the music.
What you had imagined. All right. I mean, with your dad, was it your mom or your dad who managed to listen to 2 songs? There's somewhere you mentioned
it was my dad. Before he passed away. He listened to Omar, to Benefit.
And then Papa.
And then Papa, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
You did your work, brother.
Yeah, I have to.
No. Respect, brother.
I have to.
I like that.
All right. We're running running out of time. Wow, I can't believe, man. Time flies when you're having fun. I can't believe it, man. I mean, in terms of music, some people will look him up. He's called Boddhi Satva. He's been in the game. I still remember in my room learning how to DJ, playing Black Coffee, playing some of your songs, and to just meet you somewhere randomly in a gig. Because sometimes you search for these things, you know. I wish I could interview so and so. I wish I could interview so and so, and to just bump into you, and it happened so fast. These are the kind of days that we pray for. Obviously, for you, it's just a normal day, but for me, it's one of those ultimate moments in life where you're just like, wow.
It's actually my most professional podcast I've ever attended, you know. So
that's it. All right.
Well, actually, I cannot. Actually, presentially in the same room.
Yes.
You know, I've had a couple of dope podcasts as well, but this one, like, I'm like, I'm feeling special.
No, man, you are special. I mean, I've some of my friends where I'm gonna call. I'll be like, hey, can you guess who was with me in the studio? You know, they're not gonna believe it. So you've done so well in the game.
Thank you.
I know off camera we spoke about the fact that sometimes it happens that you get bookings, and then all of a sudden
you don't get them anymore,
out and you don't get those bookings anymore. And it shows that not only does it happen to the best, but it can happen to normal people. Because I know some of my friends now. I went to a barber I think 2 weeks ago, and one of my friends was asking me, man, I'm not getting gigs. What do you think is happening? Ladies are getting booked, whatnot. And I said to him, look, man, sometimes when you're in the game, you don't experience that there's some people that are not in the game, if that makes sense. When it's happening for you, you feel like, no, the doors are open. And then when it doesn't happen for you, then you feel like...
Then you realize the doors are not open.
Yeah. Why are they booking the same people all the time? It's like... And I said to him, remember when we used to DJ? It was us all the time.
Yeah.
But we didn't see that.
No.
You know? So, for the fact that you spoke about that, it's inspirational to me to understand that, listen, man, it's not going to always be like this forever.
It's not, man. And it's okay.
But
it's supposed to be like that.
And you must adapt as well.
You need to accept that this is a cycle.
Yeah.
You know, once the cycle... is in place, because you're going to come back up again. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's a phase. Now it can last longer than you might expect.
Yes.
Because that's just the time it takes for you,
but
to be humbled,
somebody else,
to be shaped into what God has prepared for you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You will never be given something that you're not prepared for, man.
True. In my language, we say I meaning that the wheel that goes round in circles.
Exactly.
Mr. Anonymous, how you doing, brother?
Yes, that's my
Is there any questions that you want to ask Mr. Boddhi, man? We won't deal with you, rather. You can just freestyle any questions that you want to ask Mr. Boddhi.
Okay, cool. Let me freestyle a few questions off the top of my dome. We did hear about acid, so in terms of production, you're going to stay with acid for a while, I'm assuming.
Now I'm probably going to change. I mean, because I'm realizing that they won't make acid for Mac. So I'm gonna have to probably switch to Logic. Against my will, but you know, I mean, it's the most logical move.
For you.
Eventually.
Okay, my question now would be, because again, I know you're a very seasoned DJ. In 2025, you got the choice of playing a gig tomorrow, but they say it's either vinyls or USB. What are you gonna bring?
Can I bring both?
No, just one or the other.
I said one of those.
It's a 3-hour set.
For convenience, I'll bring MP3s.
Okay.
Yeah. But I like vinyls too, but this is a bit of a snobbish sort of take. I'm not a snob, man. I'm about convenience. I like to travel light, you know.
Makes a lot of sense.
Wow.
Next question would be, during lockdown, I do remember you was on lockdown pretty much every day.
Yes, sir. Quarantine grooves,
and that I was inspired by that to start my movement.
Bless, bro.
We're in 2025. Do you see another rendition of that, where you just lock into the studio for weeks or months, just giving off daily? Because you was doing it every day, pretty much.
Yeah, when I was getting a lot of backlash for it as well. You know, a lot of people were telling me, off the record, or, stop this, you're diluting the brand, you're doing this, you're doing that. Well, I mean, let's just say that it was what it was for the time it was. What I'm doing, however, is probably not Quarantine Grooves, but I'm also developing I have my own YouTube show called Monday Quality Talks MQT that I was doing for quite a while, which is more about like interviewing people from various walks of life and basically focusing my energy on that.
Yeah.
Obviously, Quarantine Grooves is something that I hold close to heart, but it lived its time, and so I believe if I'm being fully transparent, which I tend to try to be as much as possible, in order for me to do these kind of projects that will have a little bit more impact, I need to create live sets that are recorded in environments that are, like you see now. It has to be a little bit more monumental, more impressive, because otherwise it's like, and the return on investment is not really that good, But when you do a podcast like what you guys are doing, I think that's it's really where it's at, and especially if you have interesting topics and interesting guests that know how to entertain, because it has to be entertaining, So that's more where my heart is. But yeah, I mean, as far as doing like regular mixes, I am thinking of going back to doing maybe once a month, recorded video recorded mix for you for the YouTube channel. So
we appreciate that. From our flowers to you, maybe the bigger guys behind the scenes are like, you're doing too much, but for us that had always aspired to be like you, like removed all smoke and mirrors. It was in your house, it was a controller, it was the vinyl player, it was you. Sometimes it's a cigar, there's a glass of wine. And again, for the rest of us looking around the world, it was like, use what you have.
Yes, sir.
And if you're giving quality, the quality will increase and improve over the period. So that's what happened. Like, we saw it get better and better and better.
Thank you, bro.
Weekly, daily even. So salute to you. And what's crazy? It was even like, I was watching it on Instagram Live. So I don't know if you was using Twitch as well or anything else.
I was trying to use Twitch, but then Twitch was so complicated to use. I was like, But I know I got to give a big shout out to my brother Keisha. I mentioned him earlier regarding my mom's situation. But Keisha is a legend in the game. Yeah. Kaysha. It's not Keisha, but Keisha. Keisha is a legend, a true legend in the game. He also, just like me, has created a genre much before me. I used to watch his video clips on Channel O back in the days.
Wow,
DSTV,
Channel
bro.
O,
Come on, bro.
Long time, man.
But come on, man. And so from that to being, his best man and being, a brother. I have to say that he has played a key role in inspiring me to do these shows and to actually expose the brain in a different, to actually embrace the fact that my dad was who he was, or my granddad, because I felt ashamed. I felt ashamed to be from these people. Yeah. Because you are being ashamed if you're not. You didn't struggle. What do you know?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you know? Yeah, I did come from a privileged space, but it wasn't always like that.
Yeah. There was some struggles in there,
and we just spoke about it. And they're disturbed by the transparency. Yeah. But for me, transparency is a weapon. Yeah. It allows me to strengthen myself in moments where people might want to use certain things against me. You can't weaponize my situation. True. You can't weaponize my struggles. You can't weaponize anything because I've empowered myself with them. Yeah. As I said, you might see me walking alone, but never underestimate. A brother is always protected.
I like that, man. My sister would kill me if I don't ask you this question. She said to me, have you ever been mistaken for Suge Knight? The reason why she asked that is this picture.
She's very right. It's a good question.
And that picture.
Yeah, I've never been mistaken, but people do say that I look like Suge Knight, or we do look alike a lot. Yeah. And funny enough, we were having this conversation off the mic. Yeah. A lot of gangsters like it, bro. Whether it's gangster, like it's funny. They're like, man, I know you're a gangster. Yeah, because they look some heavy guys,
they're looking at the cigar.
Because it's like I'm like, bro, I don't do any shitty things. Like, nah.
But you gangster, bro.
You're a gangster, bro.
We know the code.
You know the code. You're lying. You don't want to just tell the truth. I'm like, dude, like, so but I mean, no matter what anyone has to say about Suge Knight, I mean, he's a legend. Yeah, he's been part of history and hopefully I'm not remembered for the same reason that he, because I don't partake in this kind of conversations. But good-looking big guy, man. So it's a big guy, conversation.
True that, man. I mean, you can't come here and we don't talk about your album. I don't know if is it Ezali Malamu or
so Ezali Malamu is a single, but the album In Spite of Everything, that's the title of the album. So it's confusing, I know. So I'm going to make it very quick since we're running out of time. In Spite of Everything is my 4th studio album, and that's the tribute to my mother. Okay. And also a bit of look back at the past few years through COVID and post-COVID.
All right.
You know, the different struggles, the different challenges, the industry sort of like creating roadblocks here and there, you know, and then realizing that, you know, these things are in motion. So Inspired of Everything is about that energy. So it's an album that I wrote right in the midst of this whole thing.
Oh, wow.
So it's actually funny enough, it's an album I have a hard time listening to.
Yeah.
It brings tears all the time.
Wow.
Every time I listen to it.
So it's called Inspired of Everything.
Inspired of Everything. It's
Please,
a black
guys,
and white cover,
go and buy it. Buy it online.
Please do.
When we go to gigs, when you do your mixes, throw some tunes in there, man. I know tonight when I do my mix, someday I'm going to make sure that it's in there. One last question that I'm going to ask you that I always ask my guests. If there's anybody that inspired you, I think yours is really obvious. If there's anybody that has inspired you that you'd like to give flowers to, that if it wasn't for them you wouldn't be where you are today, whether they're dead or alive, who would that person be?
Yeah, well, you just said it yourself, very obvious. My parents.
It has to be.
It has to be.
Mom
My
and
parents
dad.
and my brother, Boris, who passed away too early. My older brother passed at 21.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks to them. And one thing that I've learned is that, at least for me, death is just physical, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I believe in God, and I believe in the amazingness of God's powers. And man, I can see my parents' hands in so many of the things that are happening to me right now.
Okay.
So we give thanks. You know, they keep inspiring. You know?
Man.
Remember, man, and that's one thing I can probably say if I have to leave, trying to make it short, is try to live your life with as much authenticity as you can. Don't live a lie. Don't think that someone else's life is better than yours, because I guarantee you don't know what these people have given up.
Through. Yeah.
So be happy with what you have. Make what you can with what you got, and trust me, it's always going to be good. It's always going to be better than trying to live somebody else's life.
True. Okay, my freestyle now. Would you rather, because we forgot to put this in, would you rather do a back-to-back with Black Coffee or Vinny Da Vinci?
Hey, that's a very, very silly question. Very disrespectful, my man. Yo, bro.
Okay.
If you can't do that, man.
No, I have to put you on the spot. If you had
it's gonna have to be with both of them.
Yeah.
Impossible to do with. You have to respect, man. You know, like important, bro.
If two people were swimming and they were drowning, it was Jeff Afrozilla and Kule the Song. Who would you save? Provided that they both can swim.
What's the distance between them?
Very far apart.
Well,
you have to save one of them.
I'm going to save the one I'm closest to, and then I'm going to go dive to pick up the body of the one that I couldn't save.
Who's close to you?
Baba, this one. Well, if you were talking geographically, I'm in London. Jeff is in London, so he's the closest right now.
I like that, man. Jeff Afrozilla, that's one of the guys that inspired me as well. I would like to meet that guy. I love his energy as well. You know, those guys that you work with, man, it's just it's
I got
inspirational.
You're doing something good with the podcast, and honestly, thank you for having me on board. I really appreciate it. You was very spontaneous, and again, I truly appreciate that energy. And you know, if we can support in any way, shape, or form, I always say I'm a gate opener. So if we can open gates to the right people, and I say to the right people because it's about a good heart and a giving heart. So definitely we'll connect. You know?
We really appreciate that, man. One last question. What's my last question? There's one I needed to ask you. Is there any question that you wish I would have asked you? And if there is, how would you answer it?
Why am I not booked enough in South Africa?
Book Boddhi Satva, man. He's here. The guy is a legend. The guy knows how to play. He's got strong sound. I'm advocating for you. When you book him, he's going to give me 20% of his pay. You know what I mean?
You know, underneath the table, you know?
Yeah. Before I forget, let me promote my friend. He's got a book called Kasinet. His name is Tebo Khoditseho. He grew up in Kagiso. We grew up together. He's got a book. It's available on Amazon as well, man. Kasinet, please support my boy. Buy the book.
Kasinet.
Boom. Yeah. Bless. Go and get the book. Mr. Satva. Man,
my brother,
thank you very much.
Absolutely, man.
I really appreciate it, man. If there's anything that I've learned from you, is no matter how big you are, no matter where you are in life, be respectful, be humble, be down to earth. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I've learned in that short period of time that I've met you.
If you're not,
God
will teach you the lessons you need to learn.
True.
And until you haven't learned, you will keep on saying the things you need to see. So let's be humble, man, you know.
All right.
To God be the praises, as we say. And thank you everyone for watching the show, and may you continue to be successful and
grow.
Next time, we shall be in the yachts.
You know what I mean?
With
smoking some cigar.
But man, you already know. Hey, that's some chisanya, man. Next to you. Hey, bro.
Yeah, chisanya, I like that, man.
Was that popping on up? Come on, man.
I should have brought some pop in the studio, you know?
Don't do that, bro. Let's go. After this, we have to go pick up your car anyway. Let's go.
Yeah, go pick up the car and then go to Shisanyama. Ladies and gentlemen, it's yours truly, MDK, Mr. Woke Up Like This. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friend to tell the other friend and your neighbors. And if they've got animals as well, please let them know we're out here finding the signal. Mr. Anonymous, thank you very much for chilling with us. My engineer, thank you very much. The audience, I appreciate you. Everybody who's watching, please, man, continue watching. And if there's any sponsors out there, yes, we are looking for sponsors. We want to grow. We want to make this big. We want to share with the community. We want to take this far. So thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate it. Once again, let's give it a up for Mr. Boddhi Satva.
Yes.
My G, thank you very much, man. Really appreciate it. Honestly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We got there. What time is it? Need to go pick up the car.
You gotta go pick up the car, man. They're gonna close. You don't want to call them maybe, just so that they know.
I'm gonna, no, there's no signal here, but I did give him his number.